Hello people, I'm Ginnymetheral. I'm a 4th generation witch. Today's video is filmed on location, by Wimbleball Lake, which is a beautiful reservoir in Somerset, Devon borders. And I've come here because my children are doing a sailing course. And I thought that I would take a walk around the environs of the lake and see what we can see. And so I thought I'd take this opportunity to show you some daily witchcraft practices that I use when just walking about. These are things that I probably do without even thinking about it, so I'm going to take the camera with me as I walk around the environs of Wimbleball Lake, and we'll see what we can see and what I do. Today's video is therefore a walk with me with witchcraft. So bridges hold magic of their own because they're crossing places. It was said that vampires and witches cannot cross running water because the water removes their energy. And so a bridge is a very safe place to be. What I would say about bridges nowadays is they are a really good way to get rid of any negativity that you might be carrying. So when I cross a bridge, if I've got something that's worrying me, I'll often throw that thought down over the bridge into the water and let the water take it away. So I've stopped by the pathway here because I wanted to show you this. This is Angelica, and it's a plant of the woodlands. It's edible, this plant actually. You can tell it by the purple stems and the slightly purple hue to the flowers. It is fully edible, this plant, and in fact crystallised Angelica was used in many cake decorating 1970s manuals. You can see here it's growing next to the most beautiful meadow sweet. Now I think that should you come across Angelica and meadow sweet together, you pick a little bunch and hang this up above your bed. You will bring dreams of a future love. So while walking along this path here, I've come across this. This is a rather beautiful feather, isn't it? I do like feathers because they are very useful for cutting in when smudging. This one's a bit small and a bit thin, but it's very pretty. It looks like it's from I think I'm going to say it's a buzzard underwing. I think, but I don't know. So just behind me here, you can see, is this tree with red berries on it. And this is a rowan tree. Rowan trees are very protective, and therefore they're supposed to keep the witches away. But this one's not doing a very good job. People would plant them, however, around their properties in order to keep the witches away. And in fact, a rowan tree wand makes a great protective piece of equipment. I love rowan trees. They have beautiful flowers, beautiful leaves and beautiful berries, and they are one of my favourites. This is lovely, isn't it? Traditional English broad-leafed woodland. One of my favourites. This is the ruins of St James's Church, which is a 13th century church established by the monastery at St Nicholas. And I wanted to come here because I love a churchyard.
Do you see how the land is slightly higher here? This is due to the fact that there's probably been about 250,000 burials in this churchyard over the centuries, which obviously raised the level of the land.
So for those of you who don't know, I am a medium as well as many other talents in my life. But as a medium, I speak to spirits all the time. And one of the reasons I love coming to old churchyards is because there's so often spirits around. And it's a very great pleasure when you find a spirit in a churchyard who is unable to move into the world of spirit themselves because they have an entity attached to them. These entities need taking off them, banishing or slaying, depending on, what they are, and then the spirit can move on. This churchyard had one spirit, and so today's good deed was to take that spirit, remove the demonic entity that was upon it, and send the spirit home. So I'm feeling quite proud of myself, actually. Not a bad day's work. I always come to a churchyard with a trusty pendulum, so I can communicate with those who are about. Rose Bay willow herb. Smells absolutely delicious and is a flower of love.
The wild raspberry, one of my very favourites of the hedgerow fruits.
I really hope you've enjoyed this video. Let me know what your favourite part was in the comments below and whether you do anything similar. In the meantime, don't forget to give me a like and a subscribe, and I'll see you next week.